Okay, this is a response to a particular question that I received asking how do I get more volume in my mix. Now, in my last video we did a thing where we held our breath back and slightly increased the volume, like now, although that will probably work, you may find that when you go to sing or take the higher volume up a scale, that you completely lose it. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing that is one of the problems you're having. So today, we are going to come at it from an entirely different angle. We are going to sing up and down a long scale, but I do not want you to delineate the notes. I want you to slide through the entire thing, hitting no specific notes at all. Like this. Ooh. If you're lacking volume in your mix, it could be because of two things. So whatever one is happening to you will determine what one of these exercises you need to sing along with. The first half will have to do with if, when you get up into what is supposed to be your mix, you end up in pure head voice, or what some would describe as a light falsetto. Sort of like every time you go up there you'd be like mum 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 mum. If that's happening to you, then we're going to do this. We're going to slide up a scale with an oo vowel and down the scale on an O vowel. Pretend you are doing the oo in a pure head voice, like ooh. As long as the tone is solid and not breathy, then we are in good shape. On the way back down, the O will help, and some deeper qualities will come into it, and you don't have to do anything different when you get to the O. You're basically singing an O as if you're singing an oo. You can also substitute oo with E and O with A, so it would sound like this. E. But when you come back down, make sure it is an Irish A. Also, if you are having problems starting with an open vowel, you can kick it off with a consonant, like this. No. I know for me that's helping today because I didn't warm up yet, so it's a lot easier to do it with the nu than it is going right to an oo. So here we go.
Exercise number.
So, after doing that a couple times, and a couple times on your own, if you have the same program I do, then you should have all those scales and things like that. Now, if you have a tendency to pull up and strain when you get higher, then this next one will help you take weight off. Notice we started higher instead of starting lower, because that way it's going to make us go into a purer head voice, because we're already starting high rather than getting stuck deep. But on this one, we are going to go up on oo again and come back down on So let's take a shot at that. Start fairly high. Oops, wrong one.
Ready? Let's begin.
Notice when I went to the E at the end, I broke up on the top. But you know, the part of giving these videos is letting you see that I'm vulnerable and I mess up too, and I don't care if you're doing it for 10 years, you're not going to get it perfect every time. And you know, that's the way it is, and that's the way it's always going to be. I mean, I know some instructors personally who have been doing it forever, and they still have weaknesses in certain areas, and I think it's important that we realize that we have to let in some room for mistakes and not expect total perfection. Because if you go to one of these scales and expect to sound like what you hear on the radio your first shot, it's not going to happen. We have to build on a foundation of doing it very light and easy, and then as we get more coordinated, slowly add more airflow, more diaphragm support, if that's what you prefer to call it, you know. Now, at this point, you might be asking, how is this going to help increase my volume? Because it's a very light exercise. Well, if your tone is being produced correctly, or rather, if your tone is being produced incorrectly and tense, then it is impossible to sustain volume in a mix without blowing your voice. What is going to create the volume is air resistance and a wide open mouth. Put your hand over your mouth and sing mum mum mum, it's going to be very muffled, on a fairly high note, and then take your hand away in the middle of the sound and look how loud it is. Now if I were to go, it's not as loud, but if I go, it's a lot louder. That's because your hand is holding the air back and then releasing it like an explosion. So in order for you to do that without assistance, you have to learn to get that air resistance and release at the vocal cord level. And if you're too busy tensing up with all your muscles in there, then you will never develop the coordination to sing loudly and mix without yelling. Is this exercise the ultimate one? Of course not. It is step one in roughly 3 or 4 steps to developing the whole volume part of it. If you were right in front of me or want to do a lesson on Skype, I can have you in mix with volume within the hour. But every student is different, so when I make a video like this, I have to come at it in a way that's going to help all sorts of people with a whole different array of problems. So if you need one-on-one help, as long as I have the time, I will help anyone interested for completely free until otherwise noted. So take advantage while you can, because this is only going to be until I'm a student, you know, and once I'm an instructor, then everybody's going to have to pay as if you're going to anybody else. So take advantage while you can.